Hello, Year 7, and welcome to this recap session of IPO. In this session, we're going to be looking at the three stages in the computer system, or IPO. We're going to be able to describe what happens at each stage of the IPO process and give a working example of a computer system. So, what on earth does IPO actually stand for? IPO stands for Input, Process, and Output. So input is what's brought into the computer, and process is what happens inside the computer, and output is what's brought out of a computer. So if we use this example here of a camera, imagine you're taking a photo of yourself or a selfie of yourself. As soon as you press this button here, this is the input. So you press that button, the camera responds to that button being pressed, and it processes it, and then it takes a photo for you. The output of a camera, though, this particular camera, is that little screen here. And that's the output because you took the photo and it's showing you the photo that was took. So input, the button being pressed, process, what the camera does, and the output is a photo being brought out. We're going to look at then quickly input and output devices. So we should know about this already, but a quick little recap. An input device is what sends information into a computer. So things like your keyboard, your mouse, your microphone, that sort of thing. An output device is what comes out of a computer. So things like your monitor, your printer, because all those things come out of a computer. If you imagine you're printing some work off, when you print it off, it comes from the computer to the printer and you go and click it out. Same way as a monitor. Whatever you do on your screen, like this I'm doing now, my mouse moving the mouse around, the input is the mouse moving it around, and the output is the screen showing me where the mouse is actually moving. All right. So I'll run through a few of these with us. So a keyboard, is it input or output? A few seconds to think about that. Okay, that is an input because as soon as you type on a keyboard, the data is sent into a computer and it's processed through the brain of the computer, which we'll look at in next week. This one, the monitor, is that input or output? Perfect, that's output because the screen, what's shown on that screen is from inside the computer, it's coming out. This here, you might not know what it is, but it's a graphics tablet, and a graphics tablet allows you to draw on a little pad, and that goes into a computer. So that's an input device. We'll do two more. This projector here, if you imagine a classroom and we're teaching you, you have a big projector coming down and it flies onto the screen. That is an output because that projector gets the information from the computer to eject or project onto the board for you. And last but not least, we'll do the speakers here. Say you're listening to Justin Bieber, Yummy, for example. The sound comes out of a computer, not into it. As it's in my head speakers even, it goes out of a computer. All right? So key points to remember. IPO stands for input, process, and output. An input device sends information into a computer. An output is where information is sent out of a computer. Please remember these points when you're working on your frog work.